Let's go. I guess we have eggs as well. True. We have eggs. We have huevito. Eggs. He's still in the tournaments, but we are very quickly running out after the first round. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of lane lines, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the Teal Protoss. It is LunaSea. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the previous teammate of Greener even going for the 12 pool. The orange Zerg player from Canada. It is HuntedSwarm. We go. Again, going for the 12 pool, going for early game aggression. We'll see if he can cheese LunaSea out. Coming into this, LunaSea is going to be the heavy favorite, but now suddenly HuntedSwarm has the swarm behind him. We lost Chan, we lost Solar, we lost Dark. Who do we have left? We have Eggs and we have HuntedSwarm. Let's go. As the probe scout does confirm, LunaSea does confirm the pool timing with the probe scout, so back at home he is going to be getting ready and getting secure as links are on the way. Here we go. Yeah, just catching up. Isn't Greener on Team Gosu, not Born Gosu? Based on the logo, it was Born Gosu. I mean, he was using the Born Gosu logo. So I don't know if he switched teams, but that's Born Gosu if I'm not mistaken. Both HuntedSwarm and Greener. As Lings have arrived, Zealot is already out. A couple of boys are being pulled to help protect said Zealot. So far, zoning Lings away. Gonna be zoned back. And with that, I mean, this will delay the expansion, so the next is gonna be slightly delayed here for LunaSea. But so far, good response. Keeps up the Lings. Lings don't really find much damage. And LunaSea holds. Behind this, HuntedSwarm is droning, taking his gases. The downside, of course, of a 12 pool is your gases are late. So late gases here for HuntedSwarm. And of course, late saturation. Oh, attempts to surround the initial Adept. And may bring it down. Not bad. Adept taking a lot of hits. Nice control. Does pull away. Whew. And LunaSea does save all of his units. Takes a lot of hull damage, but does save the Adept. Adept is saved, and we'll see where HuntedSwarm takes us. Now, because these gases are so late, and because gas income is so delayed for HuntedSwarm, we may see our Zerg players skip link speed entirely and go into a faster lair, go into a roach-based all-in. We'll see what his gas is going to be spent on. So our eyes are on HuntedSwarm. Greener taking us to greener pastures. Oh no. The puns. Aye. As LunaSea does sneak out, going for a star gate opener back at home. HuntedSwarm does not deviate, he stays in gas. Bear that in mind, he does stay in gas, but he's going to be going for link speed. So link speed is on the way. Ooh, Creep Tumor gets sniped. Nice pick off here by LunaSea. Shading into the main, he can one-shot drones. He can, and he will. He gets one, he gets two, he gets three. Oh, this is already getting a bit out of hand. 3 workers go down. Can he get 4? He may be able to with that final Adept. Now going to be turned away. And does shade out. Does shade out. Back at home, it's going to be a Void Ray opener, not Oracle. So he's going to hunt down these Overlords. And LunaSea is going to be secure. Meanwhile, HuntedSwarm banking up that gas. What's it going to be spent on? Do we go for roaches? Do we go for the lair? Another gas being taken. Getting very gas heavy here. I also think the old maps are okay, but you need to actually pick interesting cool new maps too. I mean, I don't think I would be of that sentiment, like just because again, just because what the old maps kind of favor. we just spoke about it, right? Just yeah, different ideologies for those maps as to what they wanted at the time. Remember Laser saying how the current 9 map veto process is. That's the big reason why he doesn't like the non-standard maps. I'd be curious as to what he typically does veto. I mean, with a larger map pool, it can be difficult getting the map that you want. True. Meanwhile, we have Overlord Speed on the way, which is interesting. With fast Overlord Speed, we could be getting ready for, say, a Drop Lord based all-in, but there's no lair. That's what's a little bit curious to me. There is no lair, so no potential for Drop Lords. Lings, they poke in for now. LunaSea defends, going for a charge as a follow-up, getting into a gateway explosion. But when it comes to kind of like the theory behind maps and how they're made, modern maps, just to wind it back very quickly as to the issue with the older maps that were reintroduced, is that right now, if there's ever a large map made, there's usually a counterbalance to it. If there's a large map, then usually the map is more open or the bases are less defendable to counteract that. So it's a large map but more exposed in some ways, and there are ways to be more active and more aggressive to counter that. When it comes to the older map pools, you'd get large maps that are also really easy to defend. Hence Neon Violet Square, King's Cove, and Abyssal, where all three of them you can easily get up to 4, 5, 6 bases and turtle up. Like that's the problem here. Whereas modern maps, like usually there's like a balance, or there's a way to counteract how large a map is, with how more difficult it is to defend. And the opposite is true, where you have maps like Ultra Love, for example, which are smaller maps which are more defendable, right? Whereas that kind of that mindset wasn't really applied to the older maps. But now though, I was curious what the gas was going to be spent on. We're going for Mutas. okay. We're going into Mutas, going into Aspire. As first queen is surrounded. And before we can get into Muta play, LunaSea, he's here. LunaSea, he has arrived, hunts down the queens. Oh, Transfuse not quite there, and GG gets called. And LunaSea will take game number 1. GG. LunaSea does take a lead in the series. Again, a very intense start with the initial 12 pool, but it can be quite awkward transitioning out of 12 pools just because your gases are so late and you don't really have a lot of momentum going your way. We saw that HuntedSwarm, he went into Overlord Speed, he tried to get into Roach play, into a lair, but then into Spire. Did feel a little bit disjointed there from HuntedSwarm. He was spending his gas in a couple of different directions, but that meant that there was no army. Right, he was teching quite heavily into Roaches, Lair, Spire, Overlord Speed. Means no army, means GG. GG, well played. LunaSea rocks up, there was nothing to stop him, and LunaSea takes a lead in the series. And now we're getting into game number 2. Let's go. We're jumping into game 2, and we'll see if HuntedSwarm can bounce back. We'll see if he can recover. As game 2 is going to be on a much smaller map, going to be loading into Whispers of Gold. Now, Whispers of Gold, this is the most aggressive map in the map pool. It's very small, and also the bases are very much so exposed. The natural, the third, and the fourth. We'll get into it, but aggression is favored. Because that, we often see all-ins. It is very common to see all-ins here on Whispers of Gold, whether it's 2 base all-ins, 3 base all-ins, or proxies. So we'll see where our players do take us. Spawning in the top left-hand corner of Whispers of Gold, we have our South Green Protoss player, the Teal Protoss, leading the series 1-0. It is LunaSea. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the Orange Zerg player, Canadian Zerg, representing Port Gosu. It is HuntedSwarm. The Dark Slayer, let's go. as HuntedSwarm. We spoke about how aggressive you can be on this map on Whistles Gold, and what are we going for? We're going for the third. Beautiful. We're going for the proxy. I would imagine this is going to be for proxy roaches, maybe a spine rush. No additional drones are sent across the map yet, but here we go. HuntedSwarm, let him cook, papi, let him cook. Let's go, let's go. Is setting up across the map, but we do have a hatchery being taken back at home? Question mark? Okay, we're going hatch, before pool and before gas. Interesting. I think I've seen HuntedSwarm do this before. I think it was last week, maybe the week before that. We casted HuntedSwarm. This is an interesting build. Now, even though the hatchery is going to finish up early, you can't really make use of it, in a sense. As in, the pool is late. The pool is much later. Now, there's a bit of a give and take here. What I will say is that because everything back at home looks relatively standard, it means that LunaSea has no reason to check. Like, he has no reason to scout. Right now, the hatchery, it's LunaSea. He might just be thinking, oh, you know, maybe it's just like a late hatch and a late pool. Like, maybe maybe everything is fine. So even though we can't really make any queens or lings or roaches or anything here other than droning, of course, it is hidden for the time being. It is hidden. So far, standard opener here by LunaSea, and I believe this is going to be a ling flood. Yeah, lings are on the way. Now, these lings, I believe their goal here, as the probe does go to expand and we'll find the hatchery, I was going to say the goal should be to hunt down the pylon. I think it's to snipe the pylon to try to end the game. But LunaSea sees. He sees, he knows, he's walling up, Lings have arrived, they're going for the pylon. And can they get this around? Gets a probe. Dep pops out, and the Lings, they will not get the pylon. Yeah, the shield battery's almost done. Dep will not get surrounded. I mean, again, there was potential here. Going for the building pylon. That's forced to cancel. But again, the shield battery's done. Like, the shield battery's done. There's no breaking this adept. Queen waddles in. We have more Lings on the way. Now there's a second adept. Ooh, on the other side of the wall, though. And the shield battery is slowly running out of energy. We have backup shield batteries on the way. HuntedSwarm, he won't be able to break through, though, and he's still flooding Lings. He's all in. He's just flooding Lings across the map, looking to end the game. And he will, one way or the other. Either he kills LunaSea or he dies trying. It looks like he will get the pylon, but alas, there's still a full wall. Pylon goes down. Yeah, shield battery's gonna be next. Backup shield battery has completed. As things are filing in. And we have more shield batteries. Yeah, we have four. Jeez, we have 4 shield batteries finishing up. There's no break in this location. I mean, the cyber core is going to go down as we do not target the cyber core. Cyber core will eventually fall. Void rays on the way. So just trying to kill that one adept. there's no killing. Oh, there we go. Cyber core finally does go down. Adept falls as well. Lings pushing in. But the void ray has arrived. We get the shield battery overcharge. Oh, sorry, the energy overcharge. Extra warp ins. And again, I appreciate the build here by HuntedSwarm. Unfortunately, it was scouted. It was seen. Still only one gateway, so we can't really reinforce too heavily. But LunaSea is holding. And I'm afraid to look, how many Lings have gone down this game? 52. 52 Lings. That's a lot of Lings. Oh, HuntedSwarm gets supply blocked. He's droning? No shot. He's droning up back at home. Let's go. 0 gases. And for me, LunaSea is just chilling. He's just chilling, building up his energy, saturating his natural, getting more void rays. LunaSea looking very comfortable here. dance. Oh no, he tried to dance. There we go. Ah. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. He got there in the end, though. He got there in the end. GG, well played, as the writing was on the wall. And LunaSea does take the 2-0. GG. I appreciate it. GG, well played. As LunaSea does claim the series does advance on. Shout out to HuntedSwarm, though. Shout out to HuntedSwarm for having a unique and quirky build towards the end there. Do appreciate it. GG, well played. GG, well played. Haha. The dancing.